This is Hostile for April 9th, 2009. Youth Hostile, circa 1983. I'm vacationing in the mountains of the European soil. I don't speak French, so I'm reduced to saying simple phrases like "Where's the bathroom?" and how much does this cost?" A stranger to a foreign land is an epiphany to an American man. The weather is frightful and the temperature is formidable. A partly cloudy backpacking day to go to a funeral just for like shits and giggles, because death can be a miracle. The country seemed spherical. It was round with a circled courtyard, and then lined with greenery. A horticulturist could be astounded with a dedication to create such aesthetic, eye-pleasing masterpieces, a palette of colorful places to relax the eyes on momentarily. This is me in a foreign country. The word "please" is forgotten, but when I repeated it in remembrance, I make sure that I say it loudly. The boredom is never rearing its ugly face to rain on my overseas parade, because the pastries absorb the raindrops while we sip wine on the Seine, the river of PDA, an aquatic aqueduct of amorphous foreplay. I was single, but I did play, mostly in my diary and then on the cross-country train. I walked alone through the streets in an umbrellaed rage, sloshing shoes soaking wet from a day spent window shopping, torturous at best, but a necessary detour when crossing into new countries. 11:03, lunch at a bistro in the south side of the city. I faked a smile in the rain, because the real thing wasn't appealing to me. The countryside was inviting, and the townspeople were hospitable, and shops were kept clean. The city is as beautiful as I imagined it to be. I learned French with a quickness, and was known to burst in spontaneous laughter, and then a song to sing. The storm passed slowly over, and left a shower of damp, layered moisture, a wet that seemed familiar, and a scent that seemed somehow romantic. This is Paris, for fuck's sake. How can you manage not to wander into the imagination, thinking sex in tandem? The funny thing about the natives there is they tend to veer towards a kind of aloof quality to avoid awkward nuances, but being overwhelmed with the gift shops, their attitude was duly noted. And the ceramic souvenirs were kind of cute, but nothing more than nothing more than ornaments to gather dust and clutter coffee tables with a tacky conversation piece, then settling into a dispute of form versus function, an argument about purpose, because there was nothing more than that I liked than a good challenge. I bought one anyway, just to irritate my roommate. The vacation overall was great, and it rained. That was called Hostel. A fictitious backpacking trip that I took by myself, or with a friend. Not really sure who went with me. Anyway, yeah.